How's it going, everyone? This is Jason, and today is February 29th, 2020, here in South Korea. We are located in the Songsan Entertainment District outside of Ulsan Air Force Base, and I'm coming to you to talk about my week that just passed. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am in the Air Force. Yes, I'm active duty Air Force. So not only am I my entrepreneur at night, I'm also a military person during the daytime. Yes, I don't sleep much. Elon Musk is my idol, so I'm trying to practice his method of working 80 to 100 hours a week because you're trying to work towards becoming successful in your life. But this week I did TAP. Now, TAP is Transition Assistance Program for military service people who are separating or retiring from the military. I am not retiring, I am separating. As of right now, I'm planning to separate out of the Air Force, active duty Air Force, in April of 2021. I will be not completely parting ties with the military. I will be moving towards the Air Force Reserve component of the Air Force because I still do want to serve my country in some shape, form, or capacity. And while at the same time, just be honest, I do maintain some of my benefits, right? A large part of my benefits. I get medical for my family, access to the commissary, the gyms, all kind of other things. But at the same time, I'm still going to serve, but on a part-time capacity. Another reason why I'm separating is because, as you know, I'm an entrepreneur. Those of you who know me, if you look through my history, I'm big on entrepreneurship. I love entrepreneurship, and that's something where my heart is at. Something I really want to pursue. I tell people all the time. I said the amount of work, blood, sweat, and tears that we give to the military, if we were to get out and invest that same type of energy into our own businesses, our own projects, we could be very, very successful. And you look. And there's a bunch of Fortune 500 companies who are ran by prior military people, just for example, right? So I now want to put that to the test. Now, some of you probably like, why don't you just wait till you retire? Well, the reason I'm not waiting till I retire is for a few reasons. Time is more important than money. And this is what I mean with that. You got to calculate. You have to sit down and figure out how much. How for every hour I have, what is the value of my hour? You gotta sit down and you gotta think about that. Now calculate all the skills you bring, everything you know, your experiences, everything. You gotta do some research on what's the market value if for this skill set, what's the market value of that skill set, this, that, and the third. And you come up with a number, you realize that holy crap, for every hour of the day, I am worth this amount of money. Right? Now, if you stay in the military, you can't truly tap into your true potential of what you can produce yourself monetary wise. You just can't because you are obligated to your contract that you signed to, and this and that. So you can't truly fully explore your capabilities, right? Because you are limited, especially being stationed in certain overseas countries like Korea, where you are limited on travel and whatnot and things you can and can't do, right? So I don't want to wait to retirement, because that's like additional 8 years, right? So that's an additional 8 years I'm giving to the military, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but at the same time, for what I have planned long term, that hurts my long term goals because I'm not able to maximize the time in a way that I want to, right? Because when you're serving, you don't choose how you use your time. The military choose how you use your time. You are not the master of the universe. The military is the master of the universe. So me severing ties early from the active duty component and transition to the reserve component will now give me more control over my time, my day, to dictate how I want to structure and do things day to day, right? So that's probably like a big one reason why I'm not waiting to retirement, right? And then also as well, I don't want to have that mindset of retirement. And let me explain. I feel like when you have the retirement mindset, once again, this is my personal opinion, this is how I feel about it. When you have a retirement mindset, it kind of makes you're kind of, like I say, because the average age people in the military retire is probably about like 40, 41, 42, in that range. So you still get done early. So you retire early. A lot of times you still have to go get a job afterwards. A lot of times a lot of people do go get a job afterwards because and not a lot of people are financial savvy in the military. Like me myself, I'm not no financial guru. I'm not financial savvy, so I know that I'm still gonna have to work anyways. So because I know I have to work anyways, let me downgrade from active duty full time to part time Air Force Reserve, so I can give myself more of a runway to build up my income that I will earn at a later age. Let me know if I lost you. So what I mean is, if you do the full 20 years, you retire at 40. All right, cool. You have the guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life, right? Cool. Which is cool. I think what the average retirement paycheck is probably 2,700, and then if you get medical disability, you're looking at probably additional $1,500. And I'm just doing rough estimates here. So with that, you're looking at about like $3,000, $3,000+ a month in a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life, right? Cool. Now, you retire, you did 40, right? Now, you might go ahead and say, okay, I'm gonna get a job, right? Some people, they go get a government job, some people get a contract job, some people go start their own business, right? But now they're starting at 40. They're starting in their 40s, right? Think about that. So they're starting a second career in their 40s, all right? So they now have retirement age is 65. They now have 25 more years of work to do before they retire. All right. Depending on what they're doing and how much they're able to save, they can build up a sizable retirement. But then again, everyone goals at the end of in their life is different. Some people are going for retirement. Some people aren't. They're going for something bigger than retirement. They're going for a legacy, something that they can sustain generations after them, right? And that's something that my focus is on. So for me, I'm getting out. I'm gonna be at my 12 year mark, 13 years mark. But what that does is that gives me I'll be at close to 13. So that would give me 7 years head start on people who are going to retire and at the 20-year mark. So I'm giving myself a 7-year head start to build. All right, 7 years to focus on building a 6-figure business. 7 years to focus on getting government contracts, jobs. I'm giving myself a head start. All right, and if I do say, okay, screw it, I'll get a GS job. All right, I give myself 7 years head start on getting ranked up in the system before people who get out after 20 years, right? So once again, the time is something I'm looking at. I'm looking at that time that I'm giving myself, because if I give the Air Force those years, because yes, you're giving them your years, you can't get your years back. I give them years, then in exchange, I'm getting a guaranteed paycheck. It's like investing, all right? Some people invest in bonds because they're safe, they're secure, there's no risk involved. So when you do 20 years, essentially you are investing in a 20-year bond. At the end of your 20 years commitment, the government now gives you a check for the rest of your life, right? However, some people like to be a little bit risky because high risk equals high rewards. And then once they gain all the profits from the high risk, high reward investing and making moves, they can then transfer over their money into more secure assets. But sometimes they probably come out a lot bigger than the people who just stay secure throughout their whole life. That's kind of how I'm thinking. I look at it, right? So getting out, I think it'll be April 2021, and the goal is to go full-time entrepreneurship. Like as you see, this shop, Song Mugs is picking up. I'm getting a lot more orders for mugs. Also, since I started doing shirts, I'm getting a lot more orders for custom shirts. So with that being said, I can really build up this business to equal the income that I'm getting from the Air Force, right? Which is pretty good, right? And the thing is, though, not just the income. One thing I use to calculate how much I need to equal the quality of life that the Air Force is giving my family is like calculators. I took that number and I factored, okay, how much do I need to make each month to just equal the quality of life that I'm getting, to be able to sustain the quality of life that I'm getting from the Air Force. And I took that number and said, okay, that's where I'm gonna get. That's the first goal for this business, is to get it to the point where it nets me the money I need. All right. Now keep in mind, think about that. You build a business. All right. I'm building a business. Now the beautiful thing about building a business versus having a job, whereas I can build a business to run without me. So I can I build this business to the point where, cool, is now generating the income that's equal to what I need to sustain the type of lifestyle that the Air Force is giving me. I'm now going to hire a manager to run the business, freeing up more of my time to now focus on another business, right? Because I do plan to have multiple businesses. So by giving myself that 7-year head start, I'm going to create for myself multiple streams of income that can run without me. Therefore, getting to the point where I'm probably going to either 3, 4, or 10x the income that I was getting from the Air Force job, because it's a job, and now I have businesses working hard for me while I now have more free time to go back to school, focus on my higher education, focus on my daughter, and because I want to try to homeschool her, but not really stress out too much about the income side, because I built businesses, I built systems, and I hired managers to manage the businesses that's making the income that I need to equal, and then some, the lifestyle that the Air Force is giving me. So what I just talked about, I can't do that while being active duty. You know, you can't do that being active duty service member at all, because your time is locked. Your time is for the government. Your time is for the Air Force. Your time isn't your time, because it's not your time, because you are, as long as you stay in, you're saying, okay, I'm going to stay in for 20 years, because in the end of the 20 years, you say, the government, you're going to give me a paycheck for the rest of my life. So I'm going to forego being the master of my universe for this 20 years so you can use my time for what missions or what you think is important for the national security of the U.S. I don't want to do that for 20 years of my life, because money you can make. I lose $1, I can replace that dollar. I lose $100, I can replace $100. You lose 1 year, you can't replace that. Your time is not unlimited. Your time, once it's gone, is gone. So you have to be careful who you give your time to. And you got to be careful of who you give your time to and what they're going to use your time for. Because you got to ask yourself, if I held on to my time, if I use my time for what I want to do, what could have I produced with that same amount of time? So by me getting out early, I'm giving myself a 7-year head start to invest time into building up my businesses, to invest time into getting my higher education up, to invest my time into things that I feel is important to me. So that's why I'm separating early. That's why I'm not going to do retirement, because I feel like the time aspect is more important than the guaranteed paycheck aspect. Because also I did the numbers. Like, say like you average. So we said earlier that like the average retirement that you get for the rest of your life, about just we're going to say $3,000, right? So you get $3,000 for the rest of your life. So in 1 year, that $3,000 is only $36,000 a year. That's what you're going to get each year. Oh, and it's account for inflation and stuff like that. But on average, you're going to get $3,000. You're going to get $36,000 a year. So after retirement, 10 years after retirement, you have received $360,000 from the government, guaranteed paychecks from the government at the retirement. Then times that, then 20 years, $720,000 you have received, right? So me being a numbers guy, me being in business, me seeing people raise millions of dollars within a year, I know that if I build a business, I can bring in that $720,000 that you would get after 20 years of retirement. If I build a business, this is my thinking. If I build a business, I can make that $720,000 probably within 2 or 3 years. Better yet, probably in 1 year, depending on the business deal that I make. So once again, that's why I'm not waiting for retirement, because I'm not thinking about the secure thing. Because yes, with security, you have a secure $720,000 after 20 years of retirement of the Air Force. But once again, you are now giving up 20 years of waiting to collect a total of $720,000 over 20 years after retirement, versus giving yourself a head start, putting in that same energy and work ethic that you give to the military, putting it into your own business deals, your own something that's going to generate $720,000 within a year or maybe 2 years. But you're not sacrificing 20 years of waiting for a guaranteed paycheck, right? I don't want that for myself. I don't even want to teach my children that, right? I want to teach my children, no, look, Sure, secure money is awesome because you don't have to worry about it. You know it's gonna come in. However, when you are waiting for a secure thing, what you're doing, you're waiting for somebody else to feed you. I don't want to wait for somebody to feed me. I'm a grown man from New Orleans. We don't wait for people to feed us. I want to go out there. I want to go out there and hunt. I want to go out there and put that same energy. If I know that I can bust my butt working long hours, not sleeping for the United States Air Force, I can do the same thing for my own businesses. That, hey, you know what? If I do that same type of work ethic where I don't go home, I work late, I don't sleep, I just go brush my teeth in the bathroom, shave real quick, and boom, I'm back at it. I can do the same thing for my own businesses and generate a much larger profit in a short amount of time versus waiting for a retirement check. So that's my thinking behind why I'm not retiring, because I am not gonna give. I've served my country. I love what I have learned and gained from the military, but as I grew older, as I read books and learned more about how things work and work, I think about it. Your time is the most valuable thing you have, right? Very valuable. So when you give someone else your time, you gotta ask yourself: did I give was my time used to the utmost best potential, not just for someone else, but for me? You know what I'm saying? But that comes with wanting stuff that's secure. When you want something secure, you're not gonna get huge profits because it's secure, it's safe, right? So when you take risks, when you take on risks, you have a better chance of reward, because higher risk equates to most of the time higher reward. So that's why. So that's my ideal. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, so I went to TAP this week, and we did a lot. We went over VA benefits, went over job searching, resumes, all kind of stuff. And there's more to come. So thank you for watching. Please leave your comment below. Tell me what you think. Are you in the military? Are you thinking about getting out? Or you were in the military, you did get out. Either you're separated, or retired, or you went guard, reserve. Hey, please comment below. Share your insight. I'm gonna try my best to do weekly videos talking about this, especially as we get closer to me separating. I'm gonna try to share my journey, share my struggles, talk about some of the things that I'm dealing with getting out, and I'll be more than happy to build a community around this. But that's all I have. Jason, time for me to work on some t-shirts. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, people. Hook me up. Help me out here, all right? Share this. The more, the better, I guess. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'm out.